Human beings dwell in potential. To possess potential is to be incomplete, capable of learning, aging, and changing. Potentiality is movement towards what is not yet possessed, a state of becoming rather than being. The eternal engine, aka God, cannot be subject to potentiality. If he could change, if he could improve, or become other than himself, he would be bound by time, dependent on cause, and therefore incomplete. Such contingency would contradict his very nature and the source of all existence that he absolutely needs to be. Thus, God must be fully and perfectly himself without deficiency or possibility of improvement. In him, there is no unrealized potential, no capacity for growth. This fullness of being is the very definition of divine perfection. If God is perfection itself, the fullness of all that gives life, then he must embody the supreme good, and the supreme good is holiness. Imagine, for argument's sake, that God were even 0.00000000000000001% less than perfect. Perfect justice would demand his subjection to death, because corruption is death in an eternal state. If God were eliminated through eternal death, the consequence would be absolute. As the source of all being, his collapse would entail the collapse of everything. Reality itself would implode, and existence would return to nothingness. A more conceivable outcome would be eternal condemnation, as with Lucifer. In such a state, God would cease to embody perfection, and the mantle of ultimate good would pass to another capable being, one sufficient to uphold the necessity of absolute perfection, and creation itself would continue to operate as it does now. If no one could fill the place of perfection, then all would fall under the weight of perfect justice, and since perfect death cannot generate life, existence itself would collapse. The eternal engine, aka God, would cease, and all creation would decay into nothingness. If ultimate authority were divided among multiple beings, rivalry would inevitably arise. Competition breeds deficiency, and deficiency cannot belong to a truly perfect being. Therefore, only a being who is life, eternal, holy, and one can sustain existence. Having established that this being must be perfectly life, eternal, holy, and one, we now take these truths as the bedrock upon which his further attributes may be discerned. From these essentials, the contours of his nature begin to unfold with greater clarity. If this being is both holy and life, then its expression must be wholly positive, manifesting as unconditional love, perfect justice, boundless creativity, and the gift of free will. Unconditional love by its very nature, requires an object. Love cannot exist in isolation. It must be given and shared. Therefore, there must be a recipient upon whom this boundless love is poured upon, the perfect Son.